too much of my pops. Y'all see my pops, he look old. But you know.
That's how I'm starting it right there. Just that just in case he decides to watch it, you're like, so that's how he feels.
I'm kidding, man. You should have seen my pops was you try to be a Mac back in the day. You know how it was. He had a girl. I remember he had a girl. Well, let me not get into it.
Business out there. All right.
Just everything.
Hey, y'all can't say your parents were kind of like you felt like he might have been a Mac, or he probably had a little too many girlfriends running around him. Y'all can't say that about your parents.
No, see the thing is, I would never say anything about my parents on camera.
They ready to beat you. They got a chancleta ready for you right now.
The rainbows going through the window, hits me in the face, I go down, you know?
Wait, I think Thomas is talking about me. I won't go on your girl. All right. We back, fellas. How y'all doing, man?
I'm doing good, doing great.
Oh, wait, hold on. Who's that? Yo, Nigel, what up, bitch?
We do what? Oh.
How you been, man? How you doing?
Good,
you
man.
You still alive?
I'm surviving, yo. This COVID got me on lock. I can't do much.
Let me go ahead and introduce real quick. Media Marauders, we're back, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Fans, the ones that have been waiting. As you can see, some of us are kind of missing a bit of the crew. But Nigel was so willing to come in and give his 2 cents about things that he feels so strongly about within the world these past week. Or the past, what, like 2 months since you've been gone? How long?
Time flies when you're having fun. So,
Nah, you straight, bro. You straight. But yes, once again, we're back. This is Max, Nigel once again, and Mr. Thomas. King and James could not make it this evening because they have things to do, things they need to take care of, priorities, this, that, and the third. But, you know, I feel like this is way more important than anything else in this world. Parents, siblings, marital spouses, all that is way more important than what we have here, apparently. So, with all that out the way, there's a few things we have got into this past week that we really enjoyed, and we're here to share it with the world. And Nigel, since you've come back and you're our once again steady host, what is it that you've been getting into, or you've watched media-wise that you would like to share?
There's a couple things that stand out. Some of them might be a longer discussion than others, but I do. One of them, I don't think most of y'all have watched, but have y'all seen that movie American Pickle?
American Pickle? You talking about the one with Seth Rogen?
Pickled American. Is it Pickled American or American Pickle?
Peanut Butter Falcon? No.
That's the one with Seth Rogen that he's directing and.
Yeah, I think he's the director and he's the actor. He plays 2 roles in the movie at the same time.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, I heard about this. His grandfather comes from the past or something. Like he's Jewish and he's coming from almost from the Holocaust, or went right before the Holocaust or during the Holocaust.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's the time that they were in. But he got a job in a pickle factory, and right before the pickle factory got shut down, he fell into the canister. This is all, you know, it's all fiction. So, but when he fell in the pickled canister back then, he was sealed in there for like 100 years. And come modern day, he wakes up, comes out of it, and he's used to living 100 years ago, and he wakes up in the modern world and finds out that he still has a grandson or a great grandson who's actually, you know, modern day Seth Rogen. And
so, okay,
you haven't seen it?
No, I heard about it. I'd never seen it though. I thought it was gonna be. You said what?
It just came out.
Yeah, I think it was early I think it was the 7th of August, right after my birthday.
Yeah, 7th.
So is this super bad Seth Rogen type of production, or is this like we're kind of being serious? And
it kind of comes off serious, you know. At first, it's just about, you know, modern day him trying to make it in the world, and then his grandfather comes in and starts trying to help him make it in the world as well. But you know, they're so different from their different times and whatnot.
Wow.
Yeah. And
okay, go ahead. Sorry.
It's good though. It kind of gives you they play on what's going on in the world nowadays a lot as well, as far as your influence on social media and whatnot, being careful with what you say. Because, you know, someone from 100 years ago, he's going to say something that
filter is not the same.
Red flag.
Yeah, that filter is not the same 20th century.
Exactly. How you view women. I'm not trying to give spoilers or nothing, but
so he plays 2 characters?
Yeah, they pulled it off. He's like he's playing two characters at the same time, same scene and everything.
Low key, Seth Rogen's actually a pretty good actor.
Yeah, he did pretty good. I enjoyed it. I like how they played on modern day as well. They kind of put some jokes in there that kind of take a stab at modern day society, but at the same time, it's in a joking way. Yeah, that's one movie that I saw. I would recommend it if you haven't seen it yet.
Okay, so that's your quick honorable mention because I know we know what we're really trying to get to. So that's your quick honorable mention.
We talking about
all right. No, you good. You good. You straight.
Okay, that was just a quick mention. Yeah, that's one thing I want to talk about. The main thing I wanted to bring up. Y'all already know I'm kind of a horror, sci-fi.
A horror, yeah.
Fan. yeah. I'm kind of a fanatic with this genre. It interests me a lot, and recently a lot of them have been failing me. I've been disappointed with a lot of horror movies, shows. They just fall short on a lot of things. But one that recently came out, the Lovecraft Country.
Yes.
That one came out, and when I saw the preview for it before it came out, I was like, "That's it. That's what I've been waiting for this whole time."
So okay, real quick, not to cut you off, but I am. What about that trailer brought you that sucked you in? You knew you had to watch it.
The main thing that brought me in is just the mix in the different genres. You already know Jordan Peele. He's already had
Abrams, and I forgot the other two that are executive producing. But yeah.
Yeah, all three of them, they got good products out there. But yeah, those genres, the horror, the sci-fi, the randomness, the craziness, like what's going on in this movie? It just grabs my interest. I want to know what's going on, and I have high hopes that these producers are gonna end it well. Okay. I don't know what direction they're gonna take it, but the trailer and the first episode that I saw, it definitely grabbed me, got me wanting more.
Yeah.
Waiting for the next episode already.
Yeah, because that first episode just came out this past Sunday, if I'm not. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. And Thomas, you say you haven't seen it, right?
I have not. I was just doing a little background research on what it's based off of, and it's pretty interesting.
Yeah. I'm trying. This is us to try to convince you because we don't. You made it kind of clear. Like I don't think I'm gonna watch this.
I'm not watching. I might read the book. Well, I'm not watching it.
But yeah, that's right. I found that out too after watching it. Nigel, if you didn't know, there's a book based off this.
Okay.
And it's not by Lovecraft himself. It's from what's the author's name? If you got it, Thomas.
Matt Ruff.
And I thought that was just all just a amalgamation of all of Lovecraft's work, just into one complete series. But it's also actually based off a book. But Nigel, we're not done with you. So watching the trailer, and then getting into the actual episode without giving too much spoilers, just in case Thomas does want to look into it.
Oh no, y'all can go spoilers if you want to.
All right, well, fuck it, we going to spoilers. Nah, but we'll try to phone it back just in case, for the viewers, subscribe, whatever. The ones that are watching that are, interested in getting into it. But from jumping from the trailer to the actual series, the way it begins, and a good, let's say halfway through, there's always going to be scenes throughout it all. What from the beginning to the middle, I ain't gonna do the end, where was it that really grasped you? You're like, you know what, I think this might be it.
Well, one thing that definitely grabbed me was the time setting of it. I'm always captured by that time period in the past. I think it's based in the 50s.
Yeah, 1950s Jim Crow laws, heavy.
Yeah. Just living in that time period has always been interesting to me. Not saying I want to go back there and relive those time periods, but it's good to see, different perspectives on what it's like to live in that day and age. You know what I mean? If you're a young black guy and you walk into a store and you get looked, you know what I mean? How do you handle that? Do you just act like you don't see it? You just keep moving. You're like, I shouldn't be here. Let me get the hell out. I'm always curious how different characters handle those type of situations from those times.
I have a side question.
Go ahead.
If you could time travel and go back there for a day, come back whenever you want to in that day, would you?
Just a day?
Or how long? You can come back whenever you want to. I
think I'll take a 5-minute trip just to get a good dose of racism.
Mess around and be in jail.
Hey, you go in jail. You just snap your picture.
Somebody say an N-word to me. Well, There you go. Y'all have a good one. That was my limit right there.
I know, right? Yeah.
See how fast it takes.
He sticks. All right.
I'm good. I
No,
don't
but
Go
answer
ahead,
that
sorry.
question, I probably would, yo. I mean, I probably would go back. You know, you got to take it slow. You know, take it one pace at a time. But because it's so different. You know what I mean?
That made me think of that skit from That made me think of that skit from Dave Chappelle with the haters. They went back in time.
Oh yeah.
To shoot the slave owners. Oh, Dave Chappelle, you're a genius. All right, but sorry. But okay, so
No,
yeah,
you're good.
me personally, I don't think I could do that. I don't think I would probably go back for a quick, like I said, for a couple minutes just to see, because I was thinking about that as watching it. I said, yo, imagine just jumping in here when this when they're at the gas station, not to jump around, but that part when they're at the gas station and they're pumping the gas, he was eating banana, and that white boy was making the gorilla monkey noises.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, snuff this bitch.
Yo, man. See, those are the type of situations I wouldn't handle the same way that they're supposed to back then. You know what I mean? Back then, you're like, just keep it moving. You know, don't upset nobody. Fuck that. I mean, I can't say that, but no, I would do it, yo. I would act a fool, yo. I'd be like, come over here and say that shit.
But
I would flex on them.
All right. So let's get back, because I could talk about my anger through it all, because there's plenty of moments where I was very irritated and irate. But
yeah.
Okay.
I know what you're talking about.
So when it comes to the characters, yeah, I know it's just the first episode. We can't really do much, but you're obviously there's been what, maybe about 5 main characters we can assume that are part of this series. Out of those 5, which one stood out the most? Which is Atticus. Let me give it to you real quick. Atticus is the main character. Atticus Freeman, played by Jonathan Majors. Excuse me. Then Lolita. What's her name? Lita. They call her Lita, but I think it's Lolita, played by Journey Smollett. Beautiful Journey Smollett. She is gorgeous, bro. Like dead ass. But all right. And then you have Uncle George, played by Courtney B. Vance. And I don't have the aunt and the niece, which is the cousin to Atticus. But out of those, I think it was 5 I said, or 6, who stood out the most?
It's hard to say right now. I mean, I was interested in all of them. They all kind of had their own little moment in the first episode to give their own introduction of who they are. You know. Yeah.
Me personally, obviously, man, I got to go with Atticus right now, or what they call nickname Tick. I like that nickname. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But with just the beginning with the dream sequence where everything's like, just what the fuck is going on?
Banana, right?
Yeah, but and you know what? All right, but let me finish that, because I'm jumping. I already know I want to jump around. But from that dream sequence straight into that bus with the old lady, it gave you a little bit, or when the bus breaks down, it gives you a bit of a insight on the character. Like, he's very well read, very intelligent young man. He's a veteran, so he just got out of the army, I think he was. And it gave you an idea where this kid's head at. I think he reads these fantastical sci-fi books and really has a huge interest into the main characters in a heroic sense. So he sees himself, I think a part of him sees himself for joining in the military in the first place as a hero, like to become a hero, even though his country hates him.
Right. Yeah.
So there's a conflict of interest where you could tell this guy wants to do good, but he still has this part of him. He has the society telling him he's not good enough.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
I do have a question. What's the purpose of this show?
So, okay. Yeah, true. All right. So the premise, let me go off top. Or I could I'll go off top. The premise is about this kid that Atticus Freeman. He just got out of the military. Like I said, he was riding the bus going back home to Chicago. He's originally from Chicago. And he's going back home because he received a letter from his father about some random town called Artem. At first he thought it was called Orcum, because he thought his father couldn't write it. He wrote it wrong, but it's a place called Artem. And I think, what state was it, Nigel? Do you remember? I forgot what state they were heading to, because they were leaving Chicago and they were heading east.
Yeah,
I think it was Massachusetts. I think it might have been Massachusetts. I could be wrong, well, either way. So he goes back home to get in touch with his father because his father's in trouble and says that you need to come here, this, that, and the third. You have some kind of lineage there or some shit.
Yeah.
And so he ends up getting there. His uncle runs a help me out here, Nigel. It's pretty much it's a traveling assistance to let you know where black people are safe to go.
Like one of the spots from the Green Book.
Yeah. I never seen the movie, but
I've never seen the movie, but that's a real thing.
Yeah. So it's his uncle runs that. So make sure that black people can travel safely throughout the United States. So he finds diners, hotels, all that's accessible to them. So the whole point is Atticus has to travel to Artem, where apparently he has some kind of association. There's some kind of involvement. He has some kind of involvement there. On the way, he ends up going with a friend of his that he went to high school with, which is Lolita, which is Journey Smollett. And him, his uncle, and Lolita travel. They go cross country. They trying to get to that destination. And of course, traveling that long of a distance, you're going through all these other states that despise black people, lack of a better way of explaining that. And along the way, they get accosted by police officers and also science fiction creatures or just these crazy creatures. Yeah. And I don't want to get too far into it, but when they get to their destination and they find this house, they're greeted by a white man in a very friendly manner.
So the show's like, okay, so for a second I started thinking, like, was the show just them on a road trip the whole time, or
no?
Where they're going and the show's going to take place from that part?
Well, what we get as an audience perspective, what we're getting is just this is a road trip right now, but we have a destination. Like we got to our destination in the first episode. Oh. So after the first episode, there's already looked at there's 10 episodes of this thing. I don't know if I'm sorry, Nigel, I don't know if you wanted to know that, but
what? How many episodes?
Yeah.
Oh no, you're good.
Yeah, there's 10 episodes of it. So throughout the next 9 episodes, we kind of get a night. We had no idea because what I like about it, not to be so fucking long-winded, and I know I am, I apologize, but this is a really good show in my opinion so far. What I like about it is it's random. It's moments of randomness. And
you don't know what to expect.
You said what?
You don't know what to expect coming up next.
And that's
based on how they treated that scene in the woods. Like, what the hell is that all about?
Yeah, like why would that? That's just. But the moments, the little pockets of how much they leave. They withhold so much information, but give you snippets of why is this happening? Is it because of this? But he was in the army. Why is he calling somebody in Korea? And why is he creeped out? Well, it's just a lot of questions, but you could I feel like you could piece the puzzles if you pay attention enough.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. The first episode is kind of like establishing everything right now.
Yes, obviously. Okay. But you know, there's so much. This like, what is the deal with Atticus? Why is this happening around Atticus? Like, you feel like Atticus is an important character, not because he's just the main character, but these supernatural moments. Like, there's a moment where they're getting chased by people that don't like black people. They're trying to kill them, so they're getting chased through the streets. They're riding in the cars, car chase. Excuse me. And we get to a point where this other car, you have a road, they're on this road, and there's another car coming on another road, but they're trying to hurry to get in front of this car so they don't crash and they can kind of get the person behind them off them. So once they get past that person that's coming onto the road, these people are still chasing. But that car just does a sudden turn, and you see the angle of the camera when it's about to see the cars crash together. The car that's chasing them just pops right up in the air. Nothing touches them. And it happens in such a quick second, you wouldn't even believe unless you watched it again, which I did because my wife wanted to watch it. So I watched the episode again. And it's nothing to be mind boggled over, but it's just enough like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this magical force field stopped you from hitting this car, and then these motherfuckers were dead. You can see dude do a head, just dive right into the asphalt with his head first. It is beautiful, but he deserved what he got.
So the car that was going to get hit put a force field up.
The car that was chasing them initially got hit by some weird, like a wall or something. And the car that they went in front of, that Atticus and them that got in front of, it was not damaged at all. It wasn't touched. And then this good looking white woman gets out with a red hat, and she just was like looking at them like almost like, yeah, I did that for y'all. Like, I don't know. It's just it's just really weird, and it's really fucking good. And I feel like Jordan Peele being a part of this shows little moments of humor, and I appreciate that too.
He explained what happens though. I saw an interview explain what happened in that scene. So like when the car was going, and the reason it turns like that, because the driver, he kind of spent the wheel a little bit while doing jitsu hand signs, you know.
What the? Hey, it's a great show, Thomas. Don't try to play me.
How would I know?
Nah, man, it's just there's a lot to take, and there's so much more to ask as you watch this show. And when you do get the first, well, I'm talking a lot, Nigel. I apologize. Is there anything else?
Good. No, you're good. No, you're actually making me want to go back and watch the episode again. Yeah. Because with Jordan Peele in it, you've seen Get Out and you've seen Us. It's one of those, he does these little things that make you want to go back and watch it again, because there might be some little Easter eggs in there that might, you know what I mean?
Stand out.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when they went to the diner, and like, I don't know why, it was blatant and they said it, but when they went to the diner and to sit down, and the little white boy went to hurry up and snitch, and then when
wait, what?
Yeah, well, it's a scene, but it's a moment. It's right before they get chased out. It's the reason why they get chased out of the diner and go on this car chase.
Yeah,
but
you remember Life, right?
Sorry again.
No, I was just saying, Chris, you remember in Life, Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence going to the diner to get some pie. Mm-hmm. One of those scenes.
Oh shit! It's kind of like that scene. It kind of was like that.
Like it just came in like, oh, boy, snitch. I was like, what?
Yeah. But all right, so there's a moment inside that diner where, like I said, this family, like Atticus and his uncle, his aunt, and his cousin, like they're very like knowledgeable. Like you could tell they're very artsy and knowledgeable, very smart individuals. And I don't know, I guess just a quick history lesson. Apparently, when they're in the diner, Atticus asked his uncle, why was it again that the White House was burned, or why was it the White House painted white? And then his uncle explained back in 1823 when the British came and tried to burn down the White House, they painted over it white. And so when he's telling the story, Atticus pulls that, like he shifts one of the tiles down the floor and it's burnt. And so that gave him the clue, this used to, because they went to that diner initially because it was ran by black people at first. Or it was a safe place for black people to be.
It was in the Green Book. Okay.
Yeah, it was in the Green Book. But it was under a new establishment, so they must have burnt down that diner and repainted it and redid it because black people were in there. So like little things, little nuggets of little history right there. I never knew that about the White House. I honestly did not know that, which is, I guess, not in 100%. It is kind of important. I guess, I forgot, either it was told to me and I forgot, or I just never paid attention. It was never taught to me. But
it was burnt down too.
Yeah. So, like, just pockets of little knowledge, and then when you actually meet the creatures and all that, it's just really, really, really.
That's where it loses me again. Like that, you have me, but you say creatures. You have it, you say creatures, and so, like
the supernatural. As I can see how the supernatural effects or just the supernatural route of it can like make or break a show for someone. And I get that. I'm into that, though. I've always been into, like, Supernatural, the TV show. I've been into that show for years until I stopped a long time ago because they kept going.
Mm-hmm. Well, they finished now?
Yeah, I think they're on their last season, or it was already done. It's already finished.
But see, Supernatural doesn't bother me, like, because, Lucifer starts this weekend. I'm going to watch that. But,
I'll talk about that later.
but it's the way that it's given to me, like when you're telling me like the whole Lovecraftian or the whole Jim Crow South, Have we seen enough TV shows and movies about that? Probably.
Yeah.
But
it's the delivery. It's all about delivery.
Wait, what?
It's all about delivery.
Yeah. Well, that's not even that. It's just it doesn't really bother me. Periodical pieces don't really bother me. I like periodical pieces. It's just the idea of
meshing it.
No, I just don't care for the. I did see something that I was reading when I was just looking it up right quick. That does sound interesting. Which when it gets to that episode, I might have to go by one of y'all's houses and watch it. It's because I didn't know Lovecraft created the Jekyll and Hyde.
What?
Really? I believe he created Jekyll and Hyde.
No, he didn't. They said no. That was an old English author that made the original Jekyll and Hyde. Unless I'm tripping, because Lovecraft ended up dying in 1940 or 50 something, I think.
Well, then it might be something else.
Because if that's the I must be tripping then if that's the case. Because it was an old Englishman that made the Jekyll and Hyde story. But that'd be really interesting if he was a part of it.
You all right? A guy named Robert Louis Stevenson. I just saw something quick that said something about like it referenced Jekyll.
Oh shit! Then that might be in the later episodes.
But he has nothing to do with Lovecraft, so I don't know why they would reference it.
Never mind. Put it in there. Why not?
No. I think the only Lovecraftian monster I know of is like the one that we were talking about prior to this is Cthulhu. And
the other thing that I didn't think they're going to do, I thought this was, for some reason, I thought this was going to be like some kind of alternate timeline where Lovecraft never exists. Like they don't know anything about Lovecraft, like the Lovecraftian type of books. But on Atticus, he ends up talking about one of the Lovecraft monsters, which what was it called, Nigel? Like a snoggish. Pretty much the stuff that he was describing is what they chased them. The snodges, whatever. It's a certain creature that's in Lovecraft that has a bunch of eyes, is a blob, and eats people. And I was surprised that they even mentioned Lovecraft in it. I don't know why I was so surprised about it.
I think too, like a lot of Lovecraft's monsters have been like redone into like pretty much most of the fantasy stuff.
Yeah.
Because they're like the base of a lot of them. But...
Yeah, Rick and Morty has Cthulhu chase them every intro of whenever they show the intro of the show.
I don't watch Rick and Morty.
We could go in hours of possible reasons why people don't want to watch Rick and Morty anymore, but we won't go.
No, I didn't watch it before.
Rick and Morty's a hilarious show.
The recent outrage. I'll use the word outrage, not loosely.
Yeah, quite outrageous. But we're on Cthulhu. I mean, we're on Lovecraft Country, so we'll ignore that for now.
Yeah, a lot of monsters to pick from, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea of a certain visual presentation with someone Lovecraft, where even though he was a bigot, racist motherfucker, but he still had good work, and that's another discussion that we should have one of these days. Can we disassociate the author from the original from the work?
Nah, I can't do that.
But the work has nothing to do with the thoughts and the beliefs that the author has, because we could talk about Rurouni Kenshin.
Wait, what are you talking about? I don't know about that.
Oh, you don't know about it? Not to stay on it, but Rurouni Kenshin, the regular mangaka, the author of Rurouni Kenshin, he's a pedophile.
Oh, there you go.
They found child pornography on his computer.
Wait, what? You're never gonna reference that show again. I'm good. I'm never referencing that. I had too many children on that show too. No, I'm good.
Mean, but that's the thing. You could watch Rurouni Kenshin. There's nothing in there about that. You don't
Except for the fact that Kenshin was a boy.
You said who?
Child.
Rurouni Kenshin?
Yes.
I'm talking about the
Samurai X?
Yeah, Samurai X. No, well, I'm talking about Rurouni Kenshin. I forgot about Samurai X.
See, he starts with a child. There's a whole bunch of children in that show.
No, but nothing illicit was happening. All right, anyway. I'm just saying, like, that's one day of a discussion we could possibly have. But me personally, I'm not too sure, but I'm not going to answer that just yet. But, all right, back on Lovecraftian Country, and not to stay on it too much. But me personally, I think this might be the show of this right now. I'm saying this might be one of the best shows this year. I haven't seen a lot of shows this year, though, so maybe that's kind of redundant. What do you think, Nigel?
No, it's up there. I mean, I already said it kind of captivated me pretty early, just because recently I've been let down with a lot of these movie shows of that particular genre. They suck. The Boy 2. What the hell is going on with these horror movies? Who's writing this shit, yo? They're like,
ideas.
They're running out of ideas. Delivery is just, they're not putting the right people. I think Jordan Peele, I'm glad he's sticking his, he's stepping into this area and delivering some pretty good stuff. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think
what they're gonna do.
I'm interested with the ending of that episode. Is still, you obviously have more questions, and within the episodes from the beginning to the end, you have a lot of questions of Atticus, like when he went to the military, like what really happened, why is he back? Why is he now just a veteran? Did he serve his time? Did something bad happen? What's his association with Korea? I don't get it. Maybe I'm not seeing the full scope of some of this, or I wasn't paying attention.
So it's a strong first episode.
I personally believe it was, because usually for me lately, like I've not just been saying, like lately I have to watch the first 3 episodes before I'm like, you know what, fuck this show.
Yeah.
And this show was like, I was like, yep. I'm looking forward for the next one. I heard there was a leak. They leaked the first 5 episodes apparently, and I looked online like reading about it, and I couldn't find shit. So
I looked at the cast. There's a good cast. Some people from the TV show Vikings.
I've never seen Atticus actor before. But sorry, continue.
I saw a character from X-Men show. They got a good cast lined up for it, but and I think the reason that it seems better because they only have 10 episodes. You can't waste an episode when you only have 10 episodes.
Exactly. Some shows don't need 15. Well, I think a lot of these HBO, Netflix, Hulu series, like new original series or whatever, excuse me, I think they're understanding that concept where 8 to 10 episodes for one season is perfectly fine, especially if they're an hour long.
Yeah.
The European
oh yeah, them motherfuckers are like 2 hours. That's a movie right there.
Well, no, they do like 8 episodes, and then they don't do a season 2 or nothing. It's just 8 episodes.
Bro, Luther is, I think, 4 or 5
Luther
episodes.
Is long.
Yeah, it's like Luther, an hour and a half long.
That series is long, but like in like the Doctor Who, but like there's a lot of British shows that they max out at two seasons. They
Sherlock.
Tell the story, get it out. Like
yeah,
not 20 season runs for besides Luther.
I'm not mad at that. I got to get back on Luther too. I think they're making a movie off of it, based off that with Idris Elba.
I gotta get back on it too.
Yeah, that show was really, really good.
Tried it once.
You said what?
I watched it once.
It's good, man. If you could get through, like honestly, that first episode, that's one of those shows that, well, maybe the second episode is when I was like, I got to keep going with this one. Yeah, I like his character in that too. Idris Elba. I like him in a lot of movies, honestly. But yeah, that was my quick review. Nigel as well, I'm assuming, unless you got any more.
No, you hit it on the head pretty good.
Yeah, bro. I know I took over. I really enjoyed this show, man. I'm not gonna say, like I said, I going in, I was expecting to like it though.
I do have a question though.
What's up?
So with Nigel, when it comes to these horror shows, what makes it stand out more to you? Is it just the time period, or?
For this one, I want to say I can't predict what's gonna happen.
Oh. Okay.
Like I don't know what's coming next, and that kind of grabs my attention as well. You know what I mean? And the time setting, that as well.
I'm setting this.
I don't know, man. The trailer just had me asking so many questions that I want answered. So I'm grabbed. You know what I mean?
So if it answers the question about like episode 3, you're not gonna keep on watching it?
I'm pretty sure with their delivery, each episode is probably gonna have more questions.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
What I like to ask for these type of shows, how can they make another one? Like, how can they make another season after this? That's always been like, you have to be in that think tank for like to know. They probably already planned. Obviously, they planned everything out already.
If the thing is though, like that's the best thing. If they're planning on just 10 episodes, and that's the whole season like series, that's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Then you don't have to worry about like you could kill off somebody every episode if you feel like it.
Yo, bro,
It's like
I think Uncle George gonna get it. I don't know. He got some shattered knees. He got some bad knees. This motherfucker could.
oh, so you
I can relate with this motherfucker. With my wild
he needs some milk.
Right, bro. I can relate with George. George probably my favorite character just because of that.
The old one got bad knees.
Also, you know, him and his father have a bad relationship, so some people with daddy issues might enjoy watching that too. There's a lot that you can take from this show, man.
Yeah.
Him and his father don't have a good relationship. His mother died at a young age. That's to be we still don't know. And you know, he got some beef in his own town. One of the guys that he don't fuck with. You know, there's tension around, and then the actors. I don't think we touch too much on the actors, and I know we can't really do that, but I think the acting is really good. I was really paying attention to Journey Smollett because of all the criticism that's been happening with her and her family, but she's a great actress.
The thing is with her, I think that's also part of why I'm not really too interested, because she just got off another show about being a slave. So
true.
It's like, okay.
She really stood out, bro. I think honestly, Atticus is probably gonna be my favorite character, but her acting chops, I think it kind of trumped everybody else.
She got good acting chops, but
yeah.
You know, I can just hear Uncle Ruckus talking when I see her sometimes.
Don't do that. Don't do that. No, bro. She like look at a clip from one of her. If there is one out there, like just.
Oh, no, I used to love her show. When she was on that show about the escaped slaves, I was loving that show till it got canceled because.
That's to do with Leverage in it too, right? The black dude. In Leverage, I think so. But all right. But yeah, I mean, unless y'all got anything else, man, this was pretty much just like a Lovecraft review, honestly. I mean,
it moved the needle. It moved the needle.
Yeah.
Further to the left because I don't want to watch it at all now. But no.
So y'all just put that note in the comments for me. Thanks, y'all.
No, that's one of those things. Like, I don't think I'll go out of my way to watch it. If it's on, I'll watch it. And like, it's not one of those things that I feel like if it gets spoiled for me, that I'm just gonna.
Yeah, you're gonna destroy the world. Yeah.
Because it's like I know like Lovecraft, like the Diablo games, a lot of the monsters are based off of Lovecraft. Like a lot of concept artists take their inspiration from Lovecraft's like monsters, which I'm like, that's cool, but
yeah,
not for me.
All right. Well, I would heavily suggest not only just you, but the audience as well. Please, please, please take a chance if you can. Find ways that you can watch HBO Max.
No, watch it legally.
Yes, watch it legally, of course. Watch it legally, of course. HBO Max is on Sundays, I think at 9 or 10 o'clock. So
try to get to it. You can wait till like what? A good couple of like end of the month or 2 months, and then just watch it all.
And just binge watch it. That's what I'm kind of thinking about doing. My wife and I are thinking about doing that shit too. But yes, all right. That was the review on Lovecraft of the first episode, Lovecraft Country. From executive produced by Jordan Peele and J.J. Abrams. And there's 2 other executive producers. I'm so sorry I forgot y'all names. I really, really do apologize. But the actors on is really good. The show is really good so far. And thank you. You guys got anything else to say?
That's it for me.
Y'all good?
Put this baby to sleep. That's it for me.
Me too. No, I'm not. All right. Yo. All right. Don't forget, this is Max, Thomas, Nigel. Media Marauders, this is us. Please click like and subscribe. Don't forget that bell on the side. Click all that. Do that, this, that, and the third. We'll see you on the next one. Y'all have a good night. Be safe. Peace.
All right, man.